Alright, heading back down the usual way where I normally get my breakfast, which I did again today. This time I'm going a lot further though, because I've got to go to a place that it's called Laptopcare, and they've got excellent reviews on Google of 4.9 out of 5, and it's about 24 reviews, so it's quite a decent number. And the reason I need to take my laptop in for repair is that I've had a niggling problem with Wi-Fi. If I switch off the computer, say for about 6 to 8 hours, it'll work for about intermittently for about 1 hour or so, and then just die. It won't be able to find Wi-Fi networks in any stable fashion. So it's probably just a chip replacement required. It's just, I imagine it's just a modular thing that will slip in and out. If the people know what they're doing, it shouldn't be a big deal. So we'll just see. I feel reasonably confident that it's a decent place. So what I'm going to do is just head down this road right further than I've gone. So that's good in a way. It gives me a good bit of exploring and also exercise. It's about 9:30 in the morning on a Monday, my first Monday back here. And probably should have walked the other side of the road. Actually, that's out of the sun. No, I didn't think of that. I'll change over, bugger it. Yeah, in second thoughts, that's a better place, it's a better way to walk. I don't want to get, even though it's sort of like autumn here, it's still pretty strong sun. So. There you go, that's a typical sight you'll see in Saigon. Someone carrying ridiculous amounts on the back of their motorbikes. Motorbike riders are pretty good here though. They avoid you as long as you're predictable with your movement. You won't have a problem. So that's the sunny side of the street where I get my breakfast. This is actually less cluttered on this side too, so that's the other good thing about walking down here. I mean, there's some very attractive little roads here. This is nice. They've got a few trees here, and it really softens the place. Look at that place across the road there. There's a lot of foliage there. Well, it's a fascinating place. I mean, as I say, you get such big bang for your bucks because you're just in such a small area. You can see so much, and it's very stimulating. It's a lot of things to see in such a small area, and always have those funny. You always have the unexpected happen virtually every day, and I sort of like it. You know, it just keeps you on your toes. It's not, people aren't malicious; they're just different. And when I went to my favourite eating spot, these people sort of laughing at me or with me. I'm not quite sure which, but I think it was pretty good natured. It was about when I had that sorbet and had no idea what it was, because the woman just kept pointing to a painting, and it meant nothing to me, especially considering I'm blind as a bat. It was just quite farcical. But yeah, welcome to my life. Yeah, here we go. This is not the major road. I've got a fair way to go. It's going to be a long walk, but I think I feel confident about the place I've chosen, because when you're putting a valuable piece of hardware in near a foreign country, you know, you do want to have some guarantees that first off it's not going to get nicked, because you know, how do you follow that up here with the cops? I've dealt with the police here before, and you know, it wasn't easy. I didn't exactly make the process, because I had a mobile phone nicked. Taxi girls, not a biggie. It wasn't worth even reporting for insurance. It's just too small a thing. You don't want to taint your record with a small claim. So, and as it turned out, I had much bigger fish to fly with medical insurance anyway. So it was a smart move. Only claim when it's really necessary, I reckon. See all these little vendors everywhere. I've got to learn all these food names. Of course, the other thing you do is just buy something. I mean, it's so cheap. You can take risks like this. It's not a big deal. So I actually shot some footage on the other side of the road with my Sony Handycam, decided not to take that out now because I've already got the weight of the laptop on the backpack, and it would have been a bit of a squeeze to add the camera. It's the big downside of that camera, it's too bloody bulky. So yeah, it's a nice morning. So it's hard to walk along the bloody footpath, it's all cluttered. There's a little crap on the footpath, it's like an obstacle course. It's pretty typical. Oh dear. So many people here. I mean, it's a big country, it's about 100 million people in Vietnam. And you know, sometimes you feel as though you've dodged every one of them. Oh, here's this lovely corner. Yeah, this is pretty pox. I might go across here. It's really poxy on the other side. This is not one of the nicest parts of town with that, with the bridge, the ramp going up into the bridge over the river. Not my favourite parts here. There's a little market there on the side there, just that side street. So they cram stuff in awful. See, that woman, she's a bloody maniac in the thing. She almost did hit me. That was bad. Must admit, and I may sound sexist, but I have had more problems with female bike riders than male in this country, so just my personal experience. The worst one was that girl who rammed a bloody front wheel into the back of my foot. I mean, that was really slow, so she could have... Oh, she's just hopeless. They're going down a footpath. And that's better. We'll get out of the sun. Got to be careful though, the stream of traffic doesn't take long to come back. It's not the most picturesque part of town. It varies. This is a working part, not a touristy part. Seems to be for locals. So you got your authenticity. But I'm already feeling a little warm, I've got to say. So definitely good to stay out of the sun. I mean, I could have got a taxi down there. The taxi's about 40,000. It's not a big deal. But well, I don't know what's going on. Absolute chaos. Yeah, just what you expect. Look at these repair guys on the corners. He's looking at the old GoPro. It is an old GoPro now. It's getting long in the tooth. But I don't think many Viets would have this sort of thing. No, it wasn't that cheap for me. When I bought this thing about 3 years ago, it cost me over 600 bucks. They do like their dogs. Lots of dogs I see, but I don't see many cats. I don't know if I've ever seen, I must have seen a cat in the city, but they're rare. You see a lot more in the west, and when you see cats in a place like Vietnam, same as Thailand, they're pretty scrawny generally. Combination of food intake and weather, I guess. Actually, I suppose when I think about it, I haven't seen that many cats around Cairns, to be honest with you. Maybe there's a cat pogrom taking place. I could say catastrophe, but that would be such a lame gag. It's, you know, it looks like I'm dodging with death, but this is just normal, you know. They'll beep you, they don't drive fast here. That's the beauty of it. If they did, there'd be no Vietnamese. They would have topped themselves. Yeah, well, this is authentic downtown Saigon. This is not a tourist area, as you can see. This is real Saigon. Plethora of different types of businesses. That's a nice looking place. Oh, I like that. It's a pub. Michelin pub. Oh no, that's not Michelin. Let's pick a later. Yeah, looks nice. Probably to the young trendy crowd, which counts me out. Oh, here, shit, this must be the... Oh God. Now, this is not what I expected. I wonder if this is... I think I've got to get around there, so I've got to go. You don't see this on the map, where there's a bloody, because I'm near the river, got all the bloody entrances to the bridges, and I think I've got to keep going down that way, because I'm sure this ain't the road I'm supposed to be in. It's supposed to go to a T intersection, and like I said, Google Maps is a bit rough and ready, so they don't indicate crap like this. So I'll just... Shit, now I've got to get across here. This could be fun. Yeah, I didn't expect this. Again, the unexpected in here. Anyway, and they've got bloody... See, I've got to go down to the corner, because they've... you can't cut across the road, which I guess I can understand. Whew. Oh, there's a Westerner. I think she was a Western chick. I can't tell. You know, we're getting a blind man. Don't ask me. I'm one of the worst authorities on spotting things. Oh dear. Oh, this is a pain. I've got to go all the way down. Yeah, I seem to be feeling the heat a bit more, maybe because I put on a bit of weight. I didn't eat much yesterday, I only had a bag meat, and oh, this is really annoying. I'm going to go all the way down here. Oh, this I did not expect this. It looked a lot simpler on the map. Shit, I'm going to go all the way up there. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.